Hey, you know something? You're amazing. Thank you so much for all of your amazing support with Vlog MAY-zing so far. I really appreciate you. So last night we were getting ready to do the dishes and this little thing happened. Our sinks got stopped up in the kitchen. It's never happened before. We couldn't figure out what we had done that caused this. And of course, it was around 8 o'clock at night. So Lowe's and Home Depot were closed. They close about 6:30 now. And Walmart was closing in just a few minutes. There was a small store just down the road and Jason quickly grabbed some gloves and a mask, ran down there, got a couple bottles of Drano. He put 2 bottles of Drano into the sink. It never touched it. The water still just stayed there. He started looking around and he found a plumbing snake in the garage, thank goodness. He got a couple of buckets and went to work on the pipes underneath of the sink. He took the elbow off from the sink, and as soon as he did, all kinds of stuff started pouring out. Water and, get this, spaghetti noodles. Earlier that day, we had spaghetti and he put the rest of the pasta down the drain. Well, it got stuck in the garbage disposal. As soon as that released out of the elbow and the pipes under the sink, everything has been working perfectly fine, and my goodness, that was a little bit of a stressful time, but I am so glad that it all came out really well. We were worried we were gonna end up having to have a plumber, which would have cost so much money. So if you have a garbage disposal, know not to put pasta, like a lot of it, down the garbage disposal, or it might get stopped up. Jason ordered this set from Bed Bath & Beyond and it arrived today. This set comes with lots of different sizes of containers, which is exactly what I was looking for. This longer one I really like too. This one is tall, so I'm gonna probably use that for pasta, but I have some ideas that I wanna put, like my baking soda, baking powder. I wanna take them out of containers and put them in these containers, and then hopefully they'll fit better in my pantry on that Lazy Susan in the corner. So I will show you when I get these filled up. This is actually our second set because the instructions said that you can put them in the dishwasher, which we did, and the tops would not fit back on. Like the rubber pieces were, I don't know if they shrunk, I don't know what it was, but they would not go back together, so we had to return them. So if you buy this set, know that you should hand wash them and not put them in the dishwasher. An update on Jason.
Hello.
He has been asked that the weeks that he is working, they asked him to come into work. So he will be at home every other week now, and then he'll be down at the cottage every other week. He's hoping that some of the weeks maybe will run a little shorter and he'll be home sooner. But we don't know how that's gonna work. But they want everybody pretty much on site in case they needed anything. I have to tell you, when the exterminator was here, she was telling us about, well, she had a mask and gloves on and we stayed away from each other, and she was talking to us through the door. She was telling us how everybody's panicking about this meat shortage that we're supposed to be into. And she said that people are buying freezers and you can't even find a freezer. She said one lady, she was spraying her house and she had mentioned about nobody being able to find a freezer, and she goes, oh yeah, I know. Mine isn't even going to be here till July. She said people are panicking, and she said she talked to a guy that, you know, works at a meat factory for beef and stuff, and he said to her that it's not going to be like that. He said if there was, it's not really going to be a shortage. He said it might be kind of light, the meat's coming in for about a month, but he said it's not going to be the way that people are thinking. So if you have heard about it, just know that don't panic. It sounds like it's going to be okay, and you don't have to rush out and buy a freezer. But if you were in the market for a freezer, you're probably not going to find one anyway. So these are how we are going to use these containers. This is for spaghetti, and we have a label maker, and it says al dente 11 minutes, so we know, you know, how many minutes it takes to cook it. We have some oats, baking powder, chocolate chips, baking soda, cornstarch, baking cocoa, brown sugar, had some marshmallows, minis, and powdered sugar. This got rid of so many containers in that pantry. Now I'm going to see where I can put all these containers in there. We already had the rice on the left was already in a container, and the sugar and flour on the right, I've had those in containers for a long time too. But I ended up putting the baking stuff, I try to keep it together. The smaller containers fit really well on that Lazy Susan in the back. So I have all my brown sugar and baking cocoa, all of that is together in one area. And then on the bottom in the very back, that's where we have the oatmeal container, and then the pasta container fit perfectly in the little polka dot basket that I set aside for pastas and breadings. That is so much better. I am so glad that we ended up getting those containers. We got rid of a lot of containers and boxes. Our brown sugar easily dries out. Now it shouldn't, hopefully. It will stay soft when I am ready to use it. Everything fit in there really well. I got this idea off of Pinterest. I was thumbing through Pinterest again. You know me, I'm always on there thumbing through Pinterest. And I saw that somebody's pantry had nothing but those containers in it, and nothing was in like cereal boxes or spaghetti boxes, nothing like that. It was pretty cool. So that gave me the idea to get some more containers and add them into my baking area, and I like it. Tonight we are having chicken pot pie. The other day when Jason went to the store, he surprised us all with this cheesecake for dessert. So Tim ended up taking the raspberry, Justin has the chocolate, and then me and Jason are splitting turtle and regular, right? Or is it strawberry? Strawberry. And me and Jason and Tim are gonna have some of this caramel macchiato by Starbucks. This stuff is so good, and it's perfect for dessert coffee. Justin doesn't like coffee, so he'll be drinking something else, I'm sure. Maybe chocolate milk or something.